finally got him!
Since both Sonic the Hedgehog and its sequel, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, were well received, people are excited about any news about Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The Sonic franchise is one of the most well-known in a video game history, and the main character, a blue hedgehog, is almost as popular as Mario. So it is only natural that the character was turned into a movie universe that did well both with the critics and its audiences. After this, a successful sequel came out, and then it was announced that there will be a Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
It's over, Eggman.
I like the new look.
Sonic the Hedgehog came out in February 2020 and got mostly good reviews. It went on to become a video game movie with the most money made in North America. Because of how well it did, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was quickly made and came out in April 2022. In the second part, Sonic and his best friend Tails worked together to stop Dr. Robotnik and his new partner Knuckles. After that movie came out and got a little bit of a better response from critics and fans, people started talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The latest updates to the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie show that more fun is on the way. This is because the video game source material has a lot more to explore. The powers that be that are involved with Sonic the Hedgehog 3 have been quite mum about the specifics of the movie since it was first revealed to be in development back in February 2022. But one of the franchise's stars has offered some insight as to what we might expect to see. Ben Schwartz, who plays Sonic's voice, talked about the upcoming movie in the Playlist podcast soon after the second book in the series came out. Schwartz didn't say why he thinks the movie will be bananas, but after what happened in the first two movies, people aren't gonna be disappointed.
Step 1, light taunting. Step 2, I have no idea.
Even though people are excited about the movies, there haven't been many Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie updates in the last few months. The latest news comes from the writers of Sonic the Hedgehog series, Pat Casey and Josh Miller. They confirmed that they were making progress on the new Sonic the Hedgehog sequel, but they didn't say much about what kind of story they are making. Even though they couldn't say for sure, the two writers told fans that the movie was looking good and that they should expect to start getting excited about it. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 definitely added to the world of the movie and went on a bigger adventure. So it looks like the third movie will continue this trend of movies getting bigger.
Return to sender.
Confirmation of a Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on the way came months after the second movie opened. Not only did they say that there would be a sequel, but they also said there would be a spin-off TV show about Knuckles. The studio had a lot of faith that the second movie would do well, which it did. This made it smart for them to announce a third movie so soon. Since the first two movies came out so quickly after each other, it makes sense that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is moving forward even though fans are still thinking about the second movie. The third Sonic the Hedgehog game will come out on December 20th, 2024. Even though the first two movies did well when they came out in the first quarter of 2020 and 2022, the studio seems to have more faith in the franchise now that the third movie is coming out during the holiday season. It'll be interesting to see if the movie stays at that date, since it will be up against the musical adaptation of Wicked and James Cameron's highly anticipated Avatar 3 in December 2024. Even though there has been no new cast announcements for the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, a lot of the franchise regulars are likely to be back. Ben Schwartz will be back to voice the main character, Sonic the Hedgehog, just like he did in the first two games. Together with him, Colleen O'Shaughnessy will play Miles Tails Prower, and Idris Elba will play Knuckles the Echidna. As Sonic's human family, Tom and Maddie Wachowski, James Marsden, and Tika Sumpter are likely to return as Tom and Maddie Wachowski.
You think these machines are a match for me? I will shatter them like the bones from a fallen... Oh, they are stairs.
In April 2022, just a few days before Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is set to come out in theaters, Jim Carrey, who plays the villain, Dr. Robotnik in the series, said something shocking. He was thinking about retiring. The news sent shockwaves through Hollywood, and fans of his clever take on this crazy scientist worried that they might never see the characters again, or even worse, that the role might be given to someone else in the future. IGN asked Neil and Toby, two of the film's producers, about Jim Carrey's comments and what they meant for the Sonic franchise during the blue carpet premiere of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Toby praised Carrey's performance and said he was always welcome. Neil added that they won't even try to find another actor to replace him if the comedy legend never made another movie again. Shadow the Hedgehog was one of the biggest surprises at the end of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which was when the credits rolled. Fans of the Sonic video game series for a long time should know all about the genetically modified animal that first appeared as the bad guy in Sonic Adventure 2 for the Sega Dreamcast. Screenwriters Pat Casey and Josh Miller went to pull from the game for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Miller said at a panel at the KCC Comic-Con in May 2022, "I don't think it's revealing anything to say we would love to incorporate elements from Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow the Hedgehog, his solo spin-off game." Miller said he has got to be careful because his comments could be taken as official plot points for the movie, but he does want to take ideas from Sega platform games. There haven't been any Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie updates, but the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 hinted at where things might go next. At the end of the movie, the idea of Super Sonic from the game was introduced. In the game, Super Sonic is Sonic powered by the Chaos Emerald. This idea would be explored more in the third movie. Also, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles were all together at the end of the movie, and Sonic the Hedgehog 3 looks like it'll be adventure where all three characters are coming together from the beginning. In Sonic the Hedgehog 2, there was a scene in the middle of the credits that showed Shadow the Hedgehog for the first time. This means that Shadow is likely to be the main bad guy in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Shadow's appearance also set up the appearance of other game characters, like Rogue the Bat, who has been Shadow's longtime partner in the games and is also an anti-hero. The scene also shows that Robotnik got away while the military thought he was dead, and his goon, Agent Stone, was still around.
Road trip? I'll let you stick your nose out the window.
Since filming for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 hasn't started yet, there isn't a trailer out yet. Since the movie won't come out until December 2024, it's likely that the first footage won't be shown until the middle of 2024. There are a lot of crazy things in the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, some of which come from games and some of which are only in the movies. In Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the Chaos Emeralds and the Master Emeralds were brought into the movie universe. They still had something to do with the Echidnas, but the movie starts a fight between the Echidnas and the owl steals the Master Emerald from the Echidnas and hide it on the Earth with the Chaos Emeralds locked inside. Because Earth is a big part of the story of the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, it's likely that the story of the games will change as more parts of the games are shown in the movies. At the end of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, a scene after the credits showed that the newly formed gun had found notes from Dr. Robotnik about a black site facility that had something to do with Project Shadow. The appearance of Shadow the Hedgehog shows that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 will use parts from the video game Sonic Adventure 2. But Sonic Adventure 2 also had important characters like Amy Rose and Rogue the Bat who hadn't been seen in any of the movies yet. If Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was to follow the plot of Shadow's first game, Amy and Rogue would have to be introduced in the next movie. Shadow's past and why he does what he does would also have to be talked about. This would mean that the space colony arc and Maria Robotnik's death would have to be in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Well, that's all the info we have as of right now about the third film. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to get updated on any new developments. Till next time, cheers.
Oh, it's like that? Okay, we're not friends.